During the exciting build-up to Sutekh's grand return at the end of The Legend of Ruby Sunday, we got a few more details as to what Russell has dubbed the Pantheon of Gods. Includes who is part of this grand pantheon that exists out there in the universe now after the Doctor blew some salt at the edge of the universe and let in goodness knows what. He played a game, let the Toymaker in, and it seems the Toymaker left a hole behind him that let other things into the universe as well. Perhaps some of them were already there. Shall we have a look into the exact quote to see who or what could be returning next? There is the Toymaker, the god of games. We've already seen him. We've had a bit of fun with him. Do you think we could ever see him again?
I think we could. Anything's possible. He can come out of the box.
Yeah. It would perhaps be interesting if, while facing like a greater threat, the Doctor's forced into an uneasy alliance with the Toymaker or something. Like you've got a box there. You've got almost a Pandora's box situation, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Could it be that the Doctor's forced to let out the Toymaker at some point?
Or we could even see his daughter, Hecuba.
Yeah, it's almost a shame that she didn't get a mention here.
It would be lovely.
Have been an easy thing to slip in. Not just in terms of, that being Big Finish canon, but more so in terms of the fact that both were creations of Brian Hales. One just happened to not make it to the screen while the other did. And so, since they both were in his mind, they're almost the two original members of this pantheon in a way.
Yes.
Yeah, that could have been nice. I mean, a more modern inclusion, there is Trickster, god of traps. I mean, traps is an interesting way to describe the Trickster. But I think the Trickster makes sense as a member of this. People are theorizing that already. He's been mentioned as part of the Pantheon of Discord before. Is that separate? Is that a part of this? You got the Trickster's Brigade as well. The Beetle in
Turn Left.
Turn Left, of course.
I think the Trickster's a likely one because there was a lot of speculation who the big bad for season 1 is, and there's these wonderful theories going around that season 1 is the untold stories of Sarah Jane, series 5, I think.
The ones that didn't get made sadly due to Elizabeth Sladen's passing. Could Russell be recycling some of those ideas with Ruby, for example?
Yeah.
And given that they were both children left on doorsteps, abandoned, there are similarities there.
And I think it's about time that the Trickster came into the main show because he's, again, one of the best villains from the Sarah Jane Adventures, really.
Certainly. I'm still not sure about the God of Traps, though. I suppose calling him the God of Tricks seems a bit more, or God of Deception, maybe? Could that?
Yeah, that fits.
Yeah.
There's another one I disagree with on this list.
I mean, Maestro, God of Music, we've already seen once.
Yeah.
Jinx Monsoon earlier in the Devil's Court this season. And yeah, God of Music, that makes perfect sense. This one makes sense to make sense in that it's not retroactively being, worked into this pantheon. They are something created specifically by Russell. Yeah. There is Reprobate, the God of Spite. Is this a character we could see? Or is this, Russell pulling names out, like the Nightmare Child and things?
Yeah, I think this is one of those.
He's very good at that, where, he'll come out with these grand stories and names and such and titles. There could have been King and his armies of Meanwhiles and Neverwends, stuff like that fires the imagination. He was very good at it with the Time War specifically. And so, is this just something that's maybe best left to our imaginations? There's a couple of those coming up that I think are interesting for theories. But first, it's the slightly controversial inclusion. There is Damara, the God of Beasts.
It should have been Dreams.
I'd have said Temptation, because that is what the Mara is in mythology, isn't it?
Or I'd say the Trickster in a way would
Yeah,
fit
both.
temptation.
Yeah, both would fit temptation. I don't know. But yeah, dreams. Again, it would have worked as well. Beasts.
I get
I'm
that
not-
it's a snake, but come
I
on.
mean, Sutekh's a dog.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe it just flowed better in the moment.
it does have a nice ring to it. God of
Maybe
Beasts.
Sutekh and the Mara just have a bit of a tete-a-tete going on or something.
I would love to see the Mara come back.
That would be great. I swear there was thoughts of bringing back the Mara in the new series at some point.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be like a Capaldi.
Yeah, was it Series 9?
Yeah, that would
for
ring a
that.
bell.
For the Zygon inversion/invasion two-parter, I think they were throwing about quite a few different monsters before they finally settled on the Zygons, didn't they? I mean, we've had Tegan back as well within recent continuity,
and that could
Power
work.
of the Doctor,
With what Russell said about UNIT having this sort of revolving door of staff. You could have Tegan back, and she's like, "Look, I've been having these bad dreams. I think it's Samara." Bam, you've got your setup right there.
Certainly, the Mara of these is the one I'd say has the most potential to come back or appear. Could it be season 2? I mean, the one thing that's telling me no is that Big Finish next month are releasing Art Decadence, a Torchwood story featuring the Mara. And we know that Big Finish also wanted to include Sutekh in their audio novel for the 60th anniversary back in November last year, Box of Terrors, but were told that they couldn't. We now know why. It's because they wanted to use Sutekh for the season 1 finale. So part of me thinks if the Mara was already being planned to appear, the BBC would have nipped that Tortured audio in the bud. No, don't touch the Mara for now. We've got our own things going on there. And said, what's next? The threefold deity of malice, mischief, and misery.
I think this is the Gods of Ragnarok.
It would make sense. There are 3. We've already had the Gods of Ragnarok mentioned in this new era.
Yeah, we have.
When it came to the 60th, while listing off the many, many things. Adric, Key to Time. Malik Chen.
I feel like this one could be the 1950s American one. Because it's set in like a cinema or something like that. I can imagine like there being these 3 people in like the crowd watching this movie or whatever.
Yeah, that could be the case.
And that's the Gods of Ragnarok.
Yeah, those are some set photos that were leaked a while back with Sutekh and Barada Sifu, our new companion, with Harbinger.
Yeah.
Not quite Harbinger, someone Harbinger presumably, but like the letters had fallen away on the advertising for who's starring in it. I think at first everyone was speculating, that means Henry Harbinger from The Devil's Court is going to be returning. But now that we've had Harriet Harbinger in The Legend of Ruby Sunday, it makes you think, there are more Harbingers out there. It's not just something specific to
they're a warning,
Maestro.
aren't they?
I mean, did the Toymaker have his own Harbinger?
I don't think the Toymaker needs one.
But yeah, with the deity of malice and mischief and misery, I mean, Gods of Ragnarok would make perfect sense to be part of the Pantheon. They're already called gods. So, that certainly fits. There are 3 of them. And that does sort of suit the theatrical vibe, I suppose. Malice, mischief, and misery. I mean, I did see another fun theory that it's a reference to the Master, with malice being Sim, mischief being Gomez, and misery being Sacha Dhawan's Master.
Okay.
I mean, I don't believe that.
No,
but I think it's a fun. I think it's a fun thought, nevertheless, to sort of connect that. There are gods of skin and shame and secrets. So this is when you're getting into the part of it that's more just there to fill out a little speech while more exciting stuff happens on screen. You're not quite meant to be paying attention to this.
Is it? Because there's a creature spotted. I think is it Ruby's boyfriend in season 2? Is a possible shapeshifter and turns into this quite feral looking beast creature. I think it's supposedly
so if he's feeling shame, his skin's changing, and he's got a secret there.
Yeah. So that would just be me putting two and two together. But when I see that, I think that could link quite well.
I've not heard any of that, to be honest. I know we've got the.
You might recognize it when you see
really?
the photos.
I mean, I know the boyfriend thing. I know about. But I didn't know about any shape shifting stuff. There is Incensor, the god of disaster, and her children called Doubt and Dread. Are these characters we could see? I mean, we certainly get some interesting names here. And then finally it leads into, and standing on high is the mother and the father and other of them all, who of course turns out to be Sutekh. I mean, are these all characters that are all sort of related in a sense? You know, are they all the same species and such? Or is this Pantheon something that has been collected together from powerful beings who are like existing beyond space and time in a way?
Yeah.
Is we don't quite know how Sutekh fits into this, because of course in
He's
classic
an
Who, yeah, he's an Osiren, whereas now he seems to have ascended beyond even that and become just the literal god of death.
Well, you've got like the eternal beings, haven't you, as well? And then where does Fenric fit in? Because I imagine Fenric's got to be part of the Pantheon.
I mean, yeah, he's sort of like an elder god, isn't he?
Yeah.
As Big Finish has turned him into. You got the Beast as well.
But you know, Sutekh and the Beast can be one and the same, couldn't it? It could be like a
there certainly seems to be some connections there. And certainly the way that Russell has written that build-up in Legend of Ruby Sunday sort of has similar vibes to Impossible Planet and Satan Pit. And I've got both voiced by Gabriel Wolf as well.
And you watched it recently, and you have Tennant mentioning the word Pantheon in there.
Yeah, when he's encountering the body of the beast, he mentions how he's encountered demigods and would-be gods and such, and he says, and out of that whole Pantheon. So, you know, it's probably just a word that Russell likes to use. Like, I think you often see him reusing similar phrases. So it could just be that. He could just like the word Pantheon. Or maybe there is. I mean, again, it's the Doctor saying it. He wouldn't know about a Pantheon at this point. I mean, does the Doctor even know about a Pantheon in universe at this point? He knows that the Toymaker's legions are coming, as the Toymaker put it.
Yeah,
but I don't think Sutekh's part of his legion. I think Maestro makes sense as part of the Toymaker's legion.
Yes,
that's sort of like a step down from the Toymaker. No disrespect to Maestro in that sense, but you know, whereas Sutekh's more, you know, the step above the Toymaker. This is the one who waits. This is the threat that even the Toymaker was afraid to face. Now we perhaps know how he was waiting. He was waiting with the TARDIS.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another fear I've seen floating around, that did Sutekh attach himself to the TARDIS in Wild Blue Yonder while it was, you know, going far out into space? Because that's the first time you hear the groaning noise in the TARDIS. There's a lot to unpack from Legend of Ruby Sunday, and it'll be interesting to see what answers Empire of Death has for her.
It's all exciting.
It's an exciting time to be a Doctor Who fan. It has been a lot recently.
Yes.
But it just seems to be getting more and more exciting as the days go on and weeks.
Especially when you got Sutekh back.
So happy about that.
Oh, I think everyone's delighted.
It has brought back that feeling of being a child again, watching Doctor Who. Yeah, I think no matter what happens, I'll have appreciated Legend of Ruby Sunday for that feeling of watching it for the first time. But anyway, let us know your thoughts on all this Pantheon of gods and such in the comments below. Do you think we'll see any of these come season 2 or beyond? Or are we getting some different threats moving forward? Let us know your thoughts, and we'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.